What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the InnerCityGeeks podcast. It's Steve here, and this is episode 260. And joining me today, I got Brian.
Hey guys, what's up?
Chilling. How you doing, bro?
I'm good, bro. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm pretty good. Last couple of days, I've been going to the gym and actually getting the fuck out, like the workout done. I missed out
Nice.
the last week and a half or so because of the rain. Because the rain, it was bad over here, dude. Like it was really fucking bad. So like I figured I'd go today. And one of the last couple of days, I don't think it feels so much better.
Nice.
I'm doing a lot of shit for just in just an hour's worth of before I go to work. I go and I get my workout in, and it feels good.
Nice.
Makes me feel
It,
good before I go in.
it, it's an intoxicating feeling.
It really is. It really is. But it's exciting. It's good. It's
It
a good
is.
intoxication. It's not like I'm high. I'm not gonna do shit intoxication or drunk intoxication, but it feels good to actually, get
Well,
up and
I
actually
mean,
do something.
you do come out kind of high because like you're in that
You got the endorphins going
adrenaline.
and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
It feels good.
I after the gym, I used to just like walk for a solid hour just to
Yeah,
calm down.
yeah, yeah. After the gym, like I'm usually like, okay, I'm set to drive to work because I have like a 30-minute drive after that.
Okay. Oh
Because
wow.
like the gym is like down the block from where I live, and I gotta go 30 minutes towards the airport to work. Fun times. Like I
These
literally
things
hear planes flying over me all day.
nice.
Yeah,
Do you like
fun.
do you
It's
start
fun.
do you start benching and be like, I'm gonna lift you one
I'm like,
day?
no, that's Hulk strength. I don't think I'm ever gonna get to Hulk strength, but you never know.
You never
I
know.
could I could randomly get into like a radioactive wave or somewhere. So
Hey, can
who knows? Who knows?
can
Gamma rays, gamma
considering
rays.
considering how you've looked over the course of the last few years to now, benching a plane is in your near future.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I highly doubt it still, but I appreciate it.
Or at least be able to pick up the wheel off the plane.
Yeah, I think that's feasible. I think that's feasible. So what's good, man? What you been up to, man?
Not much. Just right now, listening to the sound of the rain as I set off the show. I think Thor is
Nice.
gonna come by. So
Ooh, special
I,
appearance.
a special appearance. I don't know if he's gonna be Fat Thor or Rip Thor, but we'll see. Um,
Yeah, hopefully,
he's
hopefully,
still, but
hopefully he's Fat Thor.
but he's still worthy.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. He's always
Uh,
worthy.
things are good here. I did what I
Nice.
promised last Friday, or yeah, last Friday. Whoever listened late
Mm-hmm.
on the Spotify's and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I
On the
have
last
watched Suicide
episode.
Squad. Yeah, the last episode. I
Nice.
have watched Suicide Squad twice in one day.
Nice. Yay.
Um,
So I've officially watched it four
yay!
times since.
So you've
Yeah.
watched it 3 times home and once in the theater.
Yes, that is correct. That is correct.
Um, I
It's
am
it's a
almost
good
finished
fucking
with my.
movie.
Yeah, it really is.
I'm sorry.
You're good. Um, so I I'm almost done with Daredevil. I'm on my
Nice.
I'm on the last quarter of season 3, so like
Okay.
I'm on like episode 8 or something.
Mm-hmm.
And then as I was telling you off air, I finally caved and bought Spider-Man Miles Morales for PS4,
Nice.
and
A little bit late, but still good.
a little bit late. Well, for those of you listening or watching now,
Mm-hmm.
um, I wanted to get that game from when it came out, but I was like, oh, but I'll get it for PS5. And then life happens with
Right.
losing a job, and I was like, well, I don't have $500 right now because I'd rather like have money.
Yeah. No.
And so
Yeah, I'd rather have money for rent and
I'd
shit.
ra-
Yeah,
yeah, exactly. So like that happened, but then
and babies. I'm
and
sorry.
babies, you know, childcare per kid in New York City for a couple of days a week
It's
per
ridiculous.
month is $2,000 a kid. I
Yep.
kid you not. The places I
Mm-hmm.
called, it was like, oh, that's like $2,000. I'm like, per? And she's like, yeah. I'm like, no.
Yeah.
Like before
Yeah.
we
No,
set up
I'm
a
good.
tour,
I'd rather just do it myself.
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
No, fuck that.
I love that. It was like, oh, we'll set up a tour. I'm like, let me discuss it with my wife first. Meanwhile, I'm like, I'm not totally doing that. I'm gonna be like,
Right.
nope.
Exactly. Yeah. No.
I'm not
Fuck that.
paying. I'm not paying rent. For you.
Yeah. No. 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 No.
No.
Fuck rent.
Um. Yeah. So
Granted,
basically,
it is a very taxing job to
it
deal
is
with. Little ones. So I get it, the price, but still at the same time, it's like,
at
eh,
the same time, because
yeah,
like, yeah,
like I'm trying to live
I
too.
yeah, you know. But anyway, so aside from all that, randomly went into Target last weekend. It was either it
Hmm.
was on Saturday, and looking for something completely different. Action figures, of course.
Of course,
Because I got to get the channel start going again, and I will be
hmm,
reviewing. I just haven't had time, kind of life
almost
lately,
there,
but it's
almost
almost there.
there.
It's coming.
Yeah,
Uh, so aside from all that, went in, didn't find what I was looking for. Like, oh, let me look at the PS4 games. Because I haven't played anything in a while, and then or nothing good. I went and revisited the Arkham games.
hmm,
Um, and then I started replaying Avengers, and I got really bored. Because that game, great voice cast, but then it was like, oh, hey, let's do the same mission in a different mission. I'm like,
yeah, yeah. But
uh,
if you think about it, that's how like most of the Avengers games are. Even if you go back to like the Ultimate Alliance, it's all
yeah,
super fucking repetitive.
it all yes. So, uh, with that, I'm like, oh, I don't see Spider-Man, must be sold out. And so I happen to look at the end cap of the game aisle, and there it was, and it was like $40. I'm like, whoa, like okay, like I will
Nice.
totally buy you. Uh,
Hell yeah. Like fuck a
um,
toy. I'm gonna play video games.
right? And like I put that game on Saturday night, and I beat it yesterday. But
Nice.
it
Nice. And for
definitely a
those that
short.
don't know, we are recording on a Wednesday
Oh, yeah. So
as opposed to the usual Friday.
um, so like I beat it, and I'm like, I'm totally gonna play this game again. Like,
Nice.
but like, there's uh, so much intensity with that game that like,
Hmm.
as I said to you before we started, like, I've never cracked my knuckles that much. Like, my fingers are still kind of sore from playing that
Nice.
game.
That's always good. That's always good. That's always the best when
That is the
you
best.
know
It's like
you're really into the game to the point that your fingers, your phalanges
like
are all
yeah,
over the place.
like I won't spoil it for those that haven't played the game or looked
Right.
over their friends watching them play the game or whatever. But like,
Or just sat and watched it on YouTube's.
yeah, like, no idea what this is about. The final boss, the chain leading up to the final boss is hard, and then the final boss is like ridiculously hard. And of
Nice.
course, I'm a nut job, and I'm playing the game on spectacular, which is hard because I
Nice.
went into it. I
But
went into the first
that's the
Spider.
best way to do it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I went into the first Spider-Man game on spectacular and managed to survive, and now I play it on ultimate like it's nothing.
Of
But
course.
like, in time, I'll get my Spider-Man back with playing this one on ultimate.
Nice.
But uh, yeah. Aside from that, I've been almost done with Superstore.
Nice.
Where
It's such a good fucking show.
such a great fucking show. We're like halfway through season 5.
Nice.
What is there, 7 seasons?
Yeah. Yeah. Give
Yeah,
or
I
take
think
about seven
seven
seasons
was the
there.
I think 7 was the last season, but it's not on
Mm-hmm.
Hulu.
It should be
Um,
on Hulu.
right now I only saw up to 6.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess it might be the six, might be the last one. Whatever. Regardless, it's
Whatever.
still
regardless,
it's still a good fucking show all the
it's
way
one of those
through.
shows where like throughout the course of its 5 seasons that I'm up to, it hasn't gotten stale.
Nope, and it doesn't.
Normally, by like season 3, you're like, okay,
Mm-hmm.
same plot, different
Yeah,
character.
yeah. Because what it is that they keep the story relevant to. Of course, you know you have your characters in the show, but it also is very relative to the times and how things are going around along the world as well. At the same time, like they mix it all together really well.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I enjoy the fuck out of it, and also like the fact that it has a lot of good writing, a
Yeah.
lot of humor, a lot of heart. It's a great
Well,
fucking show for it.
well, you know that show's connected. The show's connected to Good Girls.
Is it?
Yeah. Like
I don't think I've ever watched Good Girls.
Good Girls is fun. It got canceled due to COVID.
Of course.
Um, so like they had like a closing finale, but like it really should have lived longer than it. You know, I mean,
Right.
it couldn't have gone on forever with the way the plot was, but like
Hmm.
they should have had a proper finale.
Of course.
Um, but Good Girls is tied into Superstore because the primary chain where they start counterfeiting money is fucking Cloud 9.
Oh shit! Really?
Yeah.
That's
So
fucking
like
cool.
so
That's
like they're
fucking
going
cool.
so like they're giving phony money, or they're buying things with phony money and then going to another store and returning that item to the other location for real money to
Ah.
make their profit. And like it's a Cloud 9, and Megan was actually like, that's I wonder, like that has to be related to Superstore.
It has to be
And
some
we
type of
and
like a spit off in a way.
yeah, and we looked. I was like, oh yeah, it's in the same world.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And it's funny because do they ever like go into it in on the other show on
On
do
Good
they
Girls,
ever
they haven't.
yeah
No, they haven't mentioned ever like the people from.
okay. So
But
it's just like it's just a coincidence that they have that store that's
yeah,
also very similar. Okay, I
because
got you.
it's the same writer, so or the
Ah,
same
okay,
creator, Justin
okay.
Spritzer.
Okay.
Um, but aside from
That's
that,
pretty
like
fucking cool. Oh, I
the
gotta
thing
check it
is,
out now.
Good Girls is fun. It's very odd, and it's
Okay.
you'll enjoy it. It's on Netflix, and David
Okay.
Hornsby's in a lot of the episodes. Uh,
Really?
Cricket, Cricket from It's Always Sunny.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so he's in that.
I remember.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you remember?
Nice. I remember.
Um, but Megan actually pointed out that a lot of people from Superstore who are like, um, they somehow know, uh, they somehow know Amy's character. They're actually
Mm-hmm.
from Ugly Betty, since she was
Oh
on.
yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, like her parents were her
Mm-hmm.
parents on Ugly Betty.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Um,
Yeah. That was a
I know
long time ago.
a long time ago. And Jonah was actually on a couple of episodes of Mad Men, like season 6.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Megan reminded me that he's the one that cut his nipple off because the computer was driving him crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that show.
Mm-hmm.
Ah.
So much goodness.
Aside from that, yeah, I can't say I've watched anything movie related outside of Suicide Squad.
Yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair. Because honestly, like, I don't think I have watched anything movie related either. The only thing I guess I could say that I watched other than that was Suicide Squad again, and I think I was watching a bunch of fucking Celebrity Family Feud, which is actually
uh,
it's fun. It's entertaining. It's good. It's good time killer. Yeah,
cause
because like I really didn't watch much because the kids were here over the weekend.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, and also, oh yeah, I guess one thing that I can't say. Yeah, well, continue what you were saying, Brian, because
I
I
was gonna
just
say
cut you off completely.
the only other thing I really watched was on Friday night just to check how the audio was. I fast
Nice,
forwarded
nice,
and I was watching our reaction to laughing about Weasel.
nice, nice. Yeah, yeah, it's the best. It's the fucking best.
and
It's
Nathan
so
Fillion's
fucking good,
character
yeah.
as TDK just smacking.
Uh huh.
Ah,
Ah,
but
it's amazing,
actually,
amazing.
and I also watched a couple of breakdowns on the movie, and I want to say it was New
Mm-hmm.
Rockstars pointed out that if you look carefully on Waller's screen,
Mm-hmm.
TDK is in orange, as in he's in critical. He's not dead because he doesn't
Yeah, yeah,
die,
yeah.
and just like Javelin, they don't die till later on.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah.
spoiler alert! Sorry, but you go watch
No,
Suicide
it's
Squad
okay.
by now. It's
It's
a
okay.
week.
Yeah,
Steve's watched
exactly.
it 4 times.
Yeah,
We've watched it
exactly.
6 times to
Exactly.
just the two of us.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's worth watching.
Yeah, multiple
Definitely worth
multiple
watching.
times.
Um. Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. Or just go to the theater and watch it too. Because why
That's
not?
it.
They deserve the monies. Yeah.
Um,
Thank you, Brian.
and that's,
Thank you.
you're welcome.
Anything else?
Yeah, I watched What If and wasn't crazy about it, but aside from, we'll get more on that later. But yeah,
Okay.
I got nothing else.
Okay. We could probably actually talk about that as well because like we technically don't have a spoiler filled episode this week. We could just do that. We could just talk about the episode just a little bit enough to
Just a little bit.
just tease it just a little because we have a lot of shit to talk about later. So
Yeah.
yeah, we have a lot of shit to talk about later. So this week we got the first episode of What If on the Disney Plus, and the What If is basically like uh what would happen if certain people go in different routes and things don't go as planned as they were in the regular MCU stuff. So in the first episode we get Agent Carter, who Peggy Carter, who we've known from from the first Avenger, Captain America first Avenger. She was there when Steve Rogers got the serum and all that stuff. So in this one is basically following her storyline if she didn't go into the room where she went when um, they had the whole attack or whatever for the serum, and it follows that until the point that she winds up getting the serum instead of Steve Rogers because Steve Rogers got shot and he was injured, so he couldn't go through with it before everything exploded and shit. So she gets the shot and she becomes Captain Carter. So the name of the episode is Captain Carter. And what did you think about it? I know you said you weren't too fond of it, but what were some of the things that you didn't like about it?
I don't know. I found it kind of boring.
Okay,
I just that's pretty much it. Like it was just kind of boring and slow. Like I just couldn't follow it.
okay, that's fair. That's fair.
Upside was
Ah,
the voice cast, but we'll talk more of that.
right. So to me, I watched it when I was at work. It was good. I was like, okay, cool. Then I watched it when I got home, and I was like, holy shit, it's actually really fucking good. Um, is it a little slow? I don't think it's slow because it is only half an hour long. Unlike a lot of the other shit that we've seen for Marvel or whatever, so it's really fucking short.
Yeah.
Um, and the story's actually really good because first, like, I actually absolutely loved fucking the first Avenger, and I like how they switched up the story and made it more believable for the time because of course it takes place during World War II,
Yeah.
and women aren't allowed on the field. They're
Right.
usually behind the desk or in the infirmary and shit like that. So
Right.
the fact that
They were nurses or receptionists, and that was
right,
it.
exactly, and they play on it hard in this,
Yeah. That I did
and
like.
and it was so realistic to the point that you see fucking the general or whatever. He's like, oh no, you're not supposed to be out here. You're supposed to be behind the desk. There's no women out here. You're gonna break your nail, or you're gonna be too sensitive. You're gonna be crying like a little bitch all the time. But yeah, and she proved them wrong, which is what most women should do whenever you're basically like, oh no, you're not supposed to do these things.
And then he was all like, "It was my idea the whole time."
Yeah, yeah, of course, of course. It's only right for it to have like a douchebag to be like, oh yeah, I told him to do everything. Yeah,
That was actually he was actually voiced by Bradley Whitford.
really?
Yeah.
Okay, okay. I did
So
not know that.
Bradley Whitford was that dude. Obviously, we had Haley Atwell as Captain Carter. The return of
Hmm.
Dominic Cooper as Howard Stark.
Yes, yes, that was dope.
Man,
Also,
he's
Stanley Tucci came back
Stanley.
too.
That the feels when he showed up.
Yeah, that
Like
was
When
great.
Erskine showed up, I was like, oh.
Yeah,
Uh, Jeffrey Wright as the Watcher, as the
fantastic,
narrator.
dude.
Um,
Dude,
and then
I've always loved fucking Jeffrey Wright.
me too. The Peoples.
Yeah,
He
I
was
love
Peoples
Peoples
in Shaft.
Hernandez. Yeah, I know Peoples
That's
Hernandez. I
yeah,
remember.
Peoples
I
Hernandez.
remember. Mm-hmm.
Uh, uh,
He's the fucking best.
and, and then you had
Egyptian cotton.
exactly, and then you had um, the return of Sebastian Stan as Bucky. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, obviously,
And
you knew
Russ
he was going to come back,
Marquand. Yeah. And
but
Russ
yeah,
Marquand as Red Skull.
as yeah, um,
That was dope.
and then actually, you also had Neil McDonald reprise his role.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. He was one of
So
the dudes.
yeah,
That's awesome. I forgot
um,
about that.
and then it was a different. Obviously, Chris Evans is done with Marvel for the foreseeable future or
Right.
whatever.
Yeah.
But whoever they had voice, Steve Rogers was pretty good though.
Yeah. They did a really good job with it.
Like I looked, he's done video game voiceover, so like it worked for the few minutes that he
It
was.
worked for what it was. Yeah.
Yeah,
Because he was in throughout most of the thing.
it was just so strange seeing him like so tiny again.
Yeah. Yeah. Compared to Aiden compared to Captain Carter.
Yeah,
She fucking towered over him. It's kind of like, if you really look at it, it's kind of like if she was a non-green version of She-Hulk.
basically.
Yeah. She was a massive woman against like a little tiny dude. I like how, even though the roles pretty much reversed, they still kept along with the storyline between both of them.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. And I guess we are kind of spoiling it a little bit, but fuck it.
a little
By
bit.
the time this comes out, it's already been a whole fucking week since it came out. So yeah, the 24-hour rule, the 48-hour rule, it's gone. It's gone and passed.
Gone and passed.
But I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the fuck out of it.
Oh yeah, so I have the IMDb up right now. So Neil
Hmm.
McDonald was Dum Dum Dugan. That was the character.
Yes, yes.
We had the return of Toby Jones as Zola.
That was Toby Jones. Okay, I was kind of like trying to figure it out. Like, was it really him, or was it somebody that just played? Because it is a very recognizable voice. The fact that the way that he did it as well.
Yeah.
I was just wondering, like, because they could have easily just casted anybody else with a a fake ass German accent and shit. But they did a pretty good job with it.
They did.
I'm surprised that he actually did him again, and they made him such a little rat. I love it.
uh, SNL alum Daryl Hammond was a Nazi general.
That
Um,
makes sense.
yeah. And then at the end, when it was in present day, the return of Samuel L. Jackson as Nick Fury and
Hmm.
Jeremy Renner as Clint Barton.
Yeah,
So that was a pretty solid voice cast. Like
yeah,
when I watched the
and
credits
the fact
roll,
that they tied it all together as well.
yeah, I mean the writing was there, but I don't know, I just couldn't get into it.
Okay,
I'm
that's
gonna
fair.
keep with the I'm gonna keep with the series. Hopefully it changes. I mean, it's a cool concept. So, but
Yeah.
also growing up, I wasn't really big into the comic. What if? So maybe that's a lot to do
Hmm.
with it. I don't know.
That could be it. That could be. That could be,
But
or it's also
like
it also just could be the fact that, like, you're just like you're used to the story the way it is, and you don't really want it to change much.
Yeah, I
That
mean,
could be
could
it too.
be.
Yeah,
And the
that's
animation was
fair.
really well done.
It's fucking
I thought,
fantastic.
yeah, the animation was really good.
I know a couple of people said that the animation style was they looked too much like how it should have ended the YouTube series or whatever. They're like, oh yeah, it looks too much like that. I'm like, no, it doesn't. It does not. You
I can
guys
see
are
it,
like,
but no, it was different.
it was way different and way better. The action in it was so fucking good. So much action, so much goodness. Like I said, I loved it. So I'm excited to see what the rest of the season is going to be like. Also the next episode that's going to be coming out for that is going to be the Black Panther one, the
Yeah,
last one that uh this dude that died, he's going to be doing the voice.
yeah. Chadwick
So that's going to be
Boseman.
cool.
It's the
Yeah.
last thing he ever did for in life, really.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
He's
So
such
yeah,
a
I'm excited to
crucial
see that.
character. Yeah, me
No,
too.
I'm excited to see that. Yeah.
Because like another reason why like I'm his death crushed so hard that like I'm not ready to watch Black Panther or I'm not ready
Right.
to watch like any of those other movies he did.
Yeah.
Like 21 Bridges looked great, or even like
Hmm.
Message from the King, and I'm like I really want to watch that, but I'm just not
Yeah.
ready.
Yeah. Yeah. Me neither. Also, like a lot of the movies are that he does technically tend to be like bummers. I'm like,
Yeah.
um, I'm not into the bummer flicks, man.
No, me neither.
Uh, yeah, yeah. But another thing that I did this past week was this past weekend actually. I worked at the stadium again. The stadium hasn't done a bunch of shit in a while, so this weekend they had a back to school event. That was pretty much put together by Titus O'Neil,
So
who is a
th-
Tampa resident.
this was also Raymond James.
Yes, this was at
Oh,
Raymond James
okay.
because he used to play for he played for the Bucks for a little while as well.
Okay.
Yeah, but because he's always out here like, um, he's in, like in all the local commercials. He's on all the ads and shit on a bunch of the posters out like around town, um, and he does pretty much all the events that happen out here. And
Is he also
he
is he also like the local weatherman too?
he's done it a couple times, I think.
I was I
Yeah,
was joking, but
I
that's
don't
funny.
want. I wouldn't be surprised. I don't really watch a lot of the local news and shit, but I do see because like I don't really have regular TV either. I like watch it online, but I've seen him do a bunch of things around town, and there's a lot of things that he does as well as also like a lot of community stuff. I know he was in the Pride Parade along with Batista because he's also a Tampa native as well.
Hmm.
Um, but it was pretty cool because I actually got to meet Titus that day as
Nice.
well, and that was fun. Yeah, he's a cool dude. He's a little bit shorter than me, which I'm surprised because I was expecting him to be taller or a little bit taller or whatever. But yeah, he's a little bit shorter, but he's a cool dude. He seems like a cool dude. Of course, he could be just putting up a front for everybody, but
Well,
um,
they say the TV adds like 3 inches.
I guess so. I guess so. Yeah, yeah. Unless you're in porn, that's just what it is. Um,
It takes away.
yeah, yeah, because it all goes away. Um,
Hmm.
yeah, yeah, but it was a fun show. It was a fun showing. It was a really cool event. Because there were a lot of people that showed up. Because of course, they were giving out free backpacks and a lot of school supplies and stuff like that. But also at the same time, they also had a battle of the bands, which had a few local high school bands they were actually pretty good. It was pretty cool to see, the youth to actually, put together a show that actually had real musics, like
Right.
live instruments and shit, and they actually sounded pretty good. And during the event, um, Flow Rider, or Flow Rider, I said it wrong. I said Flow Rider. It's Flow Rider because he's from Florida, so he
Hmm.
that's his name. Um, Yeah, he performed, and he also was one of the judges for the event. Um, yeah, he, that's just him.
Basically.
He has a lot of pop hits. He has a lot of pop hits that
Yeah.
I couldn't really give a fuck less about. But he he seems like a cool dude. He represents Florida, so can't really complain at that point, I guess.
That's not saying
Um,
much.
yeah, I know, and we'll find out more about Florida later. But but yeah, dude, it's been besides that, like I haven't, like I said, I haven't really been watching a lot of shit. Been trying to find some shit for the show today because, like I said earlier, we were recording a little bit earlier than usual, so we did get a lot of fun shit for the episode today.
We did.
That's exciting. That's exciting because, of course, not usually do we get a lot of good shit throughout the week. Because sometimes by the time that we start to record the show, we wind up like, oh my God, what are we going to talk about? What are we going to talk about? And we always wait and then the last minute shit. But I guess we can get into the geek shit now. Because why the fuck not, right? So that's why we're here. The first thing that came out this week, the first thing that I'm going to talk about because I'm super excited for. I know Brian, you're excited for this. Um, uh, Sonic. We know they were coming out with part two. After the first one actually did it really good, and was actually way better than we anticipated. Because the first
I
one
thought
was not.
I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Yeah,
It was like a
I enjoyed
fun
the fuck out of
watch.
it. It was great. It was fucking great. But shortly after we got the first one, we got the news that they are gonna be doing a second one. And we finally got news this week that not only are we getting a second one, we're getting Knuckles is gonna be in it,
Hmm.
which is fucking dope. But the best thing about Knuckles being in it is the fact that Idris Elba is gonna be playing Knuckles.
That's awesome.
And I'm sold. Yes,
I'm
give me
absolutely sold.
more.
Give me more.
I
Like,
want it now.
I mean, we all love Idris. We've been a fan of his since.
Yeah, dude.
I mean, I've honestly probably seen him in a ton of shit prior to all the other shit I've seen him in, and not realizing,
Right.
like, oh, yes, him. And
Yeah. Like
he,
honestly, like I never watched The Wire. I know a bunch of people are like, oh my god, do you have you seen him
I
in The
haven't
Wire? You
either.
see him in The Wire. So I'm like, no, I never got to see The Wire, and like not because I didn't want to, but it's more like back when that came out, I didn't have HBO,
Right.
so like I was like, okay, I'll watch it whenever I get a chance. One along with like The Sopranos, that's like one of the best shows of all time. Um, I never watched The Wire. I watched The Sopranos before I watched The Wire. I love The
Right.
Sopranos because it just sat better with me. I don't know, whatever. But I still
For
want to watch
me,
The Wire.
I, I like I like Boardwalk over The Sopranos.
Okay, okay. See that's another thing too. Like I like Boardwalk, but it's not up there for The Sopranos for me.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess you're more likely because it is more historically accurate,
I
quote
gotcha.
unquote, quote
For
unquote.
for for dark drama on
Yeah,
HBO, it was all about it.
right.
Oz was like, but no, I never watched
Oh
The
yeah,
Wire
Oz
either.
was fantastic.
I
That's one of the shows
Oz
that I
is
actually did watch. What actually,
Oz is actually the first time I've ever seen J.K. Simmons.
yeah, me too.
Um, but
I
circling back to
fucking
the
he's fucking such a great fucking show.
but circling back to Idris, like I didn't watch The
Yeah.
Wire, but the first show I saw him in was Luther,
Yes. Yes. Yes.
and
Yes. Luther's
I'm
such a good
I'm
fucking
not
show.
fully up to date. In the later, I whatever series was
Dude, there's
last
only like
on.
4 seasons.
There's five
There's
actually.
only 4 seasons, and each season is like 6 episodes, 4 episodes
Oh,
long or some shit.
whatever. But like,
Yeah.
I'm
They-
I'm behind,
that's what I love about the BBC shows. They're so fucking short. I'm sorry.
and they're
They're
like
so
they're like
short
mini.
but so
They're
good.
short, but like they're like mini movies. Like look at Sherlock.
Yeah. Yeah,
I saw,
Sherlock. See, Sherlock is every episode is a mini movie.
yeah, like the last episode of Sherlock, I saw in theaters with Megan and Kalik. Like that's we
Mm,
went to like the theater
nice,
to see it, and it was
nice.
basically a movie.
Mm-hmm. That sounds
Um,
about right.
yeah, but do we know any more plot of Sonic Two? Because the last
No,
thing I know
not
is
not to my
that
knowledge.
Robotnik was on in their world, and
Mm-hmm.
and through the portal we got Tails as the mid credit scene.
Yes, yes.
But shit, now we got Knuckles too. This is gonna be great. This is gonna. Why do I feel like this is gonna be
It's
sort
gonna
of
be
like a?
great.
It's gonna be like a. It's almost gonna have like. I mean, you can't really say plot because the way the games are, but like in a sense, I guess you can
Yeah,
writing wise. That will have
of
more or
course.
less Sonic 3,
Mm-hmm.
but in the
Yeah,
Sonic 2 movie.
I'm down for it, dude.
I'm down for it too. Like, bring it.
Totally
I
down
want
for
this
it.
now.
Hell yeah, that was one of the first video games that I actually played Sonic 3 because I played it on the Sega Genesis. I had
Okay,
it on the Sega Genesis.
got it.
It's one of the first few games that I actually had back then that I actually had and actually played through because I would rent the games and shit like that, but um that was one of the games that came with the Sega Genesis, and I was like, ooh, I'm gonna enjoy this and I'm gonna play the fuck out of it when I had the tech, of
Like,
course.
for me, Sonic 2 for Genesis, and then I played Sonic 3. But I
Mm-hmm.
actually have Sonic 2 on the Sega Genesis Classics for Nintendo
Nice,
Switch.
nice.
It's very hard to play on a 50-inch ultra high def TV, which
Yeah, not fun.
wasn't out when that game came out.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um, but
It
uh,
loses bit rate as soon as you
a
start playing it. Yeah,
little bit.
yeah.
But when you play it as a handheld, like I fly through it.
Of course. Because at that point it all falls into the right the right aspect ratio and everything.
Right. It's like the Sega Genesis games that I tried playing on the TV versus the handheld was that of the Sonic games and Streets of Rage. Because it
Nice.
has 1, 2, and 3 for Streets of Rage, and like it's very hard to play that on a high def TV.
Yeah, yeah, it
No
is.
matter
It is
what
very,
setting
very
you put your
difficult.
TV on, it's near
Mm-hmm.
impossible.
Yeah, it really
Um,
is.
yeah, but
Yeah.
no, like I'm
It,
excited.
hell yeah, I'm super excited for that shit. Like, I'm ready. I'm ready. Like SpongeBob would say. There's some other shit that we came out. That kind of falls on along with the video game turned into movies. Long time ago we had Super Mario Brothers with a live action movie, which a lot of people say like it's one of the shittiest movie video game adaptations. I enjoyed the fuck out of it back then.
I'll if it's on, I'll watch it.
Yeah,
Only
it's a
because it's
fun
so
movie.
it's a fun, stupid, mindless piece of trash that you can't look away.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun, and I enjoyed one of my favorite parts about it was Mike John Leguizamo as fucking Luigi.
Yeah.
It was good.
Do you
Like
know
and fucking the dude that played Mario
Bob
was
Hoskins?
fucking yeah.
Did
Bob
you know
Hoskins, fucking
Bob
great.
Hoskins was drunk half that movie? I don't know if you knew this.
I wouldn't be surprised. It would have surprised me. He looks like
Like
he's drunk in
he,
just about every other movie that he does.
yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
exactly.
what are your names?
Like he he
Luigi
he looked
Mario,
drunk and fucking what was it?
Roger Rabbit.
Um yeah. He was drinking in the movie.
Um, with that movie, did you know that he actually? I read it on online where it's like he had to untrain himself from talking to imaginary things
Nice.
because
Yeah.
you figure you're filming talking to nothing, and that's like Bugs Bunny,
Mm-hmm.
or in his case, Roger Rabbit, and
Mm-hmm.
yeah, but Super Mario had a setup too for a sequel.
Oh yeah. I'm pretty sure it did. It
I
could
actually
have. It could have had a sequel and it would
it
have
could
been
if yeah
yeah.
um and just like his performance in Speed. Dennis Hopper phoned in his performance in Mario.
Yeah, yeah, he did. He did.
Um,
But it was good, man.
uh,
It was
and
good.
you know, it's
He's
funny.
a
Instead
good
of like,
bad guy.
he was a good bad guy. If I go into my old comic collection, I have, um, I have like second print issues from, but back from the '90s of the four Supermen, Eradicator,
Nice. Yeah,
Steel,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Superboy,
yeah, yeah.
and uh, and the
I
robot,
think I should have
and
that at
like,
home too.
um, so in those comics was actually an ad for the Super Mario Brothers movie.
Oh, yeah. I remember
So
that.
like I have those comics somewhere in my closet downstairs in the bedroom, and yeah,
Nice.
they're
Nice. If you were to you were to trade it in, you probably get a decent amount of money or sell it.
I
Or
probably
get
could.
it graded, see if it actually is actually worth anything.
Let's see,
Yeah.
but like yeah, but but why are they making another Super Mario Brothers movie?
But okay, so on that point, it's not gonna be live action. It's not gonna be.
Okay,
It's gonna be CG animated, of course.
okay,
Like a lot of shit that's been coming out as of late. Um, but what's gonna happen is that um, the person that's doing the voice of Mario is comedian Sebastian Maniscalco.
see, the voice makes sense. I can't see it as him as a live action Mario.
Yeah, physically no, doesn't look like
Physically,
Mario.
no.
Voice wise, yeah, I can see it. Yeah, yeah, he doesn't look like a plumber.
No, no.
Even though plumbers can look like anybody, but yeah, he doesn't look like a short
Stocky.
mustached
Yeah.
dude. Yeah, yeah, no, it
So
doesn't
he
look like
doesn't
him at
look.
all. But it
Basically, he doesn't look like Ron Jeremy,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
right?
Or Captain Lou Albano back in the day.
Oh yeah, back in the day, I remember watching that show all the time on the weekdays, and
Hell yeah,
and
dude.
and it was Zelda on Friday.
Excuse me, princess. Yeah, I remember that. I remember those days.
Remember
It's
the
a long
bed
fucking time
sheets?
ago. We're old. Yeah, I remember
We're
them
old.
shits. I
I had
remember.
the bed sheets where the
I
page
remember.
where you flip it. It was Mario,
Mm-hmm.
or the other side was Zelda.
Yep, I
We're
remember.
old.
Yeah, we're old as fuck, dude.
Episode 260 titled "We're Old."
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Mad
Old
old.
motherfuckers.
How about we just call it mad old? Mad old.
Mad old. I mean,
Yep.
it kind of fits because you're rocking a shirt right now of an old movie, and my shirt is the old drawings of the DC heroes and villains. Like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
villains are there. I don't want to lift my shirt up, but like, yeah,
yeah. No, I see it. I see it. It's like the periodic table of
superheroes.
superheroes. I sees it. I sees
And
it. I sees it. And my shirt is a Halloween shirt. Like
mhm.
it fits which it shows our age. Yeah,
It's the night Steve came home.
yeah, exactly, exactly.
uh
It's only right. It's close. It's close enough to it, but yeah. Yeah, some other shit that came out this week, other than Mario and Knuckles, is something that's caused a lot of controversy. I think,
mhm.
um, and that's Robin. We're fans of Batman. We love Batman,
We love
and we love
Batman.
all the iterations of all the iterations of Robin have been all over the place.
Yeah.
And in the comics coming in December, we got news that Tim Drake is gonna be basically coming out as possibly bi, or he's testing out his sexuality, or at least
Yeah.
what things are saying on the internet. What's the possibility that Tim Drake could be either gay or bi, or we don't know. We don't know.
We don't know.
Technically, like if you look at the comic, like there's been Robin since like this version of Robin's is like what, the 80s, the late 80s,
The late 80s.
or was it like, yeah, when he winds up eventually turning into Red Robin? For those that don't know, all the iterations of Robin are be completely different. Um, and this one is it's gonna be interesting to see what they're gonna do with it. Because of course it raises a bunch of fucking questions like, how can this be? You know, Robin is none of these characters are supposed to be this way for a lot of
Right.
people. Like,
Right.
that doesn't fucking matter. They're all
The,
fictional fucking characters,
they're
people.
fictional characters, but these people gotta get out of the fucking like 18th century.
Yeah, yeah. Get with the times. Yeah, it's a normal thing now. And then not only is that, but like he's not gonna be the first person within the Bat family that's not necessarily following the the heteronormative life. Like if you
Right.
look at Kat Kane, she's completely gay. She's a lesbian or whatever. Um, Even in the comics, way before the TV show, like that's the normal thing for her character. And so like, just deal with it, people. Deal with it. It's
Deal
gonna
with it.
happen. It's gonna happen whether you like it or not. Yeah. That's some other shit that I found that was pretty interesting. Is that what were you gonna say, Brian?
I was gonna say like the people that that can't get over the fact that they turned a fictional character into someone from the LGBTQ community, like
The alphabet community.
the alphabet community. These are the
Yeah.
same people that fucking couldn't get over Batman trying to go down on Cat or wouldn't go down on Catwoman or whatever bullshit.
Yeah. Yeah.
How
See,
about
but that was DC itself. DC itself, that was pretty much like not wanting that to happen on a cartoon show. Yeah.
either
Yeah.
way? Get over
But
it.
we all know that Batman is, misogynistic as fuck.
Oh yeah.
Like he's a dude, bro. Like he's a rich dude, bro. He's like, I'm just gonna fuck any bitch that I want because I got all the fucking money to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And he's done it for ages in the comics. And recently, the fact that he's pretty much married to fucking Catwoman, kind of like, okay, why can't he just go down on his wife? What's the
Right.
problem with that?
Right. Exactly.
Superheroes don't do stuff like that. Shut up, people. Yeah,
Oh, society.
yeah, basically. So, in other news that doesn't necessarily follow the comics or anything, but a while ago we mentioned that Tim Burton is going to be doing his version of the Addams Family on Netflix, and we got news this week that we've pretty much got an entire cast. Something that I'm super excited for because this cast is actually pretty fucking solid
Yeah.
for whoever. It's a solid fucking casting for it. First one that I'm very excited for is that Morticia Adams is gonna be played by Catherine Zeta-Jones,
Yeah.
somebody that I haven't seen in fucking ages because I haven't seen her do anything since fucking Entrapment. Am I
Yeah.
wrong?
She pretty much retired.
Yeah. So coming back for this show is really fucking interesting. I really want to see that. Playing Gomez is gonna be fucking Luis Guzman, which is fucking great.
Who's
Another
in
dude that
fucking
does,
everything.
yeah, he's in fucking everything. He's in fucking everything, and he has a house in fucking Tennessee with fucking llamas and shit. Um, so like I'm excited to see what he's gonna do as Gomez.
Oh yeah.
Very fucking cool. And then the person that's playing the titular character of Wednesday Adams is gonna be uh Jenna Ortega, who was in You, which is a great fucking series, and I'm excited to see her in as Wednesday. In Wednesday. Yeah. It's fucking dope, dude. Solid casting right there, dude. Tim Burton did a really good job with that.
Oh
I'm
yeah.
pretty sure there are casting peoples for it, but it fits. So I'm excited to see what they're gonna do with this. Because of course, this follows the whole, Wednesday getting older and trying to get away from the house and trying to live her regular teenage life.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of excited to see what they're gonna do with the show. Even more now
She
than they were before.
she played. I'm on her IMDb. She's only been acting for about a decade now, but she's
Yeah,
young. But
yeah.
like she was actually the vice president's daughter in Iron Man 3.
Oh shit. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. I don't remember that because I don't remember that movie because I don't like that movie.
It,
I'm not a fan of it.
it's a it's a Christmas movie.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess so, but it's not as good
It's
as Die Hard. Period. So,
a or Lethal Weapon.
or yeah, yeah. Oh, the Christmas movies. But but yeah, I'm excited to see what they're gonna do with with this show coming to Netflix. One
Me too.
now. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Especially the fact that like this cast is a solid fucking cast, yo. And hopefully Tim Burton doesn't do a whole nother fucking like Willy Wonka's again, but we'll see. Yeah, I know, right?
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, yeah. Fingers crossed it's gonna be good. Um, but like I said, along with the casting wise, it's pretty solid. So I'm excited to see what they're gonna do with this. Some other shit that came out, something that I found was kind of interesting. We've been fan of Back to the Future for ages
Of
because
course.
why the fuck not? It's fucking good, fucking great. The entire series is fucking fantastic. Even the animated series is fucking fantastic.
I
It
love
it,
that
it
on
goes.
Saturday mornings.
It's yeah. I used to love that shit, and the fact that like it kind of disappeared and like you never really see anything about it in now. So like, okay, fine, whatever. Um, but the fact that they are working on a Back to the Future manga. It's fucking cool because this is gonna be a good way to introduce Back to the Future to a lot of the kids
Yeah.
because it's gonna be generated towards kids or whatever. So it's gonna show them, how it all works out and stuff like that, and how it teaches them about the flux capacitor and all that shit. So I'm excited to see what they're gonna do with this.
I'm excited
Dive it,
too.
dive a little deeper into the whole thing.
Uh, so to go back on the animated series, um, yeah, it kind of fell off the grid and went by the wayside and all those like obscure terms. But like,
Mm-hmm.
uh, the toy company NECA actually got the Back to the Future license from both
Oh,
the
nice.
movie and
Yes,
the
that's right. Yeah,
animated.
yeah, yeah. That's right. Yeah, yeah.
They actually have the animated figures out and like waves
Ooh.
after waves. Of course, I don't ever see them in my Target,
Of course.
but
Why would you? Why
but
would
they
you? It's not.
exist.
You're not
Um,
allowed to see them.
yeah, I saw the prototypes. That was all. They're like, you can see these. Um,
Yeah.
so like I have the 7-inch action figures of like Biff from 1955, both versions of Doc from 2015 and 1955. I have Marty in the space outfit or the plutonium
Nice.
suit. Marty with and without vest, and of course Marty Jr. or 2015.
Yeah.
So like I was
Uh
able
huh.
to find those, which is shocking. But for the animated stuff, they look good. I just can't ever find them. So like, as you said, I'm not allowed to have them.
Yeah. No.
Oh,
Yay toys, but those. Yay
yeah,
toys, but those.
exactly.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
Other things, if you want to watch, if you want to know a lot like about the Back to the Future behind the scenes, check out the movies that made us. They
Oh yeah,
did
yeah, yeah.
they did Back to the Future on this season, and there was some
Okay.
things that I knew about, some things I didn't know about.
Okay, I gotta check
Um,
that out.
and one of
I
the
forgot
other
that they did
cool
another season of that.
one of the other cool things that I saw, you could find it on YouTube, but it was a Discovery Plus show.
Mm-hmm.
One of the shows of like scavengers or whatever. He actually he actually met up and got in contact with the creators of the movie and Christopher Lloyd, and they went to these like all these different like junkyards and whatnot, and like scav like huts or whatever, and they pieced together a fully functional DeLorean
Really?
with all the working parts, the switches and the alarm clock and the flux,
Ooh.
and um and they actually, the whole reason for this is that they wanted to gift it as a surprise to Michael J. Fox to donate it
Oh.
to the charity for Parkinson's, and I thought that was so beautiful,
That is. That is. It's very
you know.
adorable. Very adorable.
And I'm surprised he didn't go, what? It doesn't really time travel?
Yeah. Yeah. Why doesn't it take me back in time?
You
Want to
know.
go back
But
in time?
yeah, so watch that too. Like that was really well done.
Okay, I gotta check that out.
And like Christopher Lloyd sitting in the DeLorean for the first time since they filmed the movie, going like, "Wow, this is like so real." You know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, it's
I
great.
gotta see that. I gotta see that. Um. So yeah, manga for Back to the Future. Fucking exciting.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh yeah. And the artwork looks pretty dope. Like I really like the artwork. It looks fucking cool. And then something that we've been super excited for a while, and we got news that we got somebody else to be in John Wick
This
4.
in this ever growing cast.
And it's ever exactly. And the last, I think the last one we spoke about was Donnie Yen gonna be in it.
Yeah.
And that's gonna be fucking great. But we also got news this week that Lex Luthor is gonna be playing in this movie. And by Lex Luthor, I mean Clancy Brown.
Clancy
Fucking
Brown,
fantastic.
who is in everything.
Yeah, he's in just about everything. Yeah,
I mean, the first thing we both saw him in, I'm sure, was Shawshank Redemption, where he played the
yeah.
guard.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Um,
but I mostly remember him as Lex Luthor in the Superman animated series.
that, and wasn't he Two Face in Batman?
Yes, I believe so.
Yeah. And like, what's crazy that he's in John Wick is because he's actually the thing that he was just recently in, which isn't even out yet, is Dexter season 9 or
Oh yeah,
9.
yeah, yeah. He also did a movie for Shudder as well. It's like an anthology movie
Okay.
where he plays like a kind of like a hotel attendant or whatever, but he's an old dude in there, so it's really
Okay.
interesting. Like I really want to
Um,
see that.
we can't forget that he was also Berg in Mandalorian,
Hmm.
in all that makeup too.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, of course, he was on season 2 of Daredevil and the Punisher
Hmm.
story.
Hmm.
Um,
He's done a lot of good shit.
a lot of shit. I mean, I'm on his IMDb, and like Avengers Assemble, he's Red Hulk, Taskmaster, and Atu, the Watcher.
Hmm.
But then he does shit like Ducktales.
Yeah. Ooh. Hmm.
Right. It was
Which I don't mind. I don't mind that show. I'm not
uh
gonna sit and actually watch it, but
right.
I don't mind it. Like I've seen a few episodes. I think I'm pretty much like halfway through the first season. I'm like, okay, it's not bad. It's
Okay.
not something that I'm gonna like search for and watch, but it is a somewhat decent show because it actually it follows an entire storyline, which I like. This it's not just little random things here and there. It's actually pretty good.
He was on
But
he was
yeah.
on the live action Flash TV show.
Hmm.
He revisited Lex Luthor in the Lego Batman game.
Yeah.
He was in an episode of Archer. Like he's
Hmm.
everywhere.
Yeah. And I got to actually interview him way early of the in the Inner City Geeks podcast. Back when they did the original Lego Batman movie.
Okay.
I got to interview him when they had the entire cast that included him and the dude that does a bunch of the video games and shit. What's his face? He does all the voice works and shit. I
Troy
forget his
Baker?
name.
No.
Yes, yes. And
Right,
when
because
they did it at the Paley Center,
right,
was the
Wasn't Troy Baker Joker?
yes,
Yeah.
yeah. So I
Because
got to interview them.
if it's not Mark Hamill, I want Troy Baker. Like
Yeah,
there's no other Joker for me.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So I got to interview them a long time ago. So like, If you want to go back into the crates, go dig that up. It's in there somewhere. It's one of the way earlier episodes. So yeah, go check that out. Yeah. So Clancy Brown, fucking great. Super
Mm-hmm.
excited to see him in an action movie. Hopefully,
Yeah.
he doesn't get shot up. And then I guess the final piece of the geek news for the week so far. Um, Something that I saw that was kind of interesting. And we are fans of the boys, and we
Absolutely.
got like a little bit of a news clip or vignette of what's been going on pretty much with the boys and the cast of the boys and on the show, and how they start to slowly introduce other characters with this news piece from the Vought News Network, and it's pretty interesting because um, we finally see that the dude that races or whatever, I forget his fucking name. He's coming back into the seventh. Um, uh, Starlight is pretty much, she's kind of like, I want to do it, but I don't want to do it anymore, which is what we kind of saw in at the end of season two. If
Yeah.
you haven't watched season two, and then also the fact that they're bringing in a new character that used to be something that had to do something with Starlight before she became a superhero or a super or whatever. So it looks pretty interesting in how the story is going and how they're pretty much setting everything up for the next season. And I'm excited to see what they're gonna do with it because like I'm a huge fan
Absolutely.
of the boys and I really want to see what they're gonna do with it.
Oh,
Also, I'm excited to see what Mr. Supernatural is gonna be doing in this too.
oh yeah, that's right. He's what the hell's the character name?
He's the bootleg Captain America. Yeah,
What?
Stars and Stripes boys or some shit like that.
Something like that. And A Train is the Flash character.
Yeah, A Train. Yeah, the dude that got high off the V.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and he wound up
Um,
killing his girlfriend and killing everybody else too.
and I saw that they're already planning to do something that's even more fucked up than the previous seasons in
Yeah,
terms of gross and gore.
it doesn't surprise me.
That doesn't
Doesn't
surprise
surprise
me
me.
either.
Yeah, because that show it's one of those shows that you're just like, what else are they gonna do that just makes you just want to? It's just cringeworthy.
Oh,
Like in the first season was the whole thing with, of course, Homelander sucking on his mom's tit or whatever, but also, well, not necessarily his mom, but it's kind of his mom figure or whatever. His mom was like, she basically babied him like a mom. Um, but also the scene in the first season when with the plane scene. What the fuck? That's a
oh yeah.
sad fucking plane scene, which
I was
was way
also
worse in the comic. But
I I was also thinking the first like 5 minutes of the show where A Train
yeah,
just fucking plows right
yeah,
through Jack Quaid's fiance,
mm-hmm, yeah, yeah,
and like all you see is just him holding her hands, and there's nothing. I'm like, what the fuck?
yeah, yeah.
And then in
It's fucking
season two
crazy.
was the whale.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, on the very
Oh,
first episode, you see the whale getting splattered on the fucking beach. Fucking
oh,
fantastic.
it's
Yeah,
a great cast with great writing.
yeah.
Like
It's fantastic fucking writing.
fan fucking tastic.
And mostly because like we had great fucking like a great thing that started all from the comic. Like
Yeah,
it's fucking fantastic comic. So like I read the first trade of it and I was like, this shit is fucking great. So I'm excited to see what they're gonna do with it. I'm excited to see what they're gonna do with the show. See where else the show goes. Especially since they of course they have this show. They also have the spin-off coming soon. Um, so I'm excited to see what they're gonna do. Yeah.
same.
Hell yeah. Bring us more. Bring us more.
I'm
And
ready.
then that's it for the geek news. But we figured instead of doing the spoilery stuffs, we do something a little bit different this week. And I'm pretty sure that we can end off the show with this. And this what we're doing right now. Something that we actually did a long time ago, long time ago, right, Brian?
It's like 2 years.
Yeah, yeah. So have a little bit of fun other than what we usually do, but what we did a long time ago was we did a bit on the show that was kind of like a Florida or not Florida. Like we did some what the fuck news a long time ago.
Yeah, it was.
Um,
A
it
lot of the
turns
stuff
out
was
that
from. Yeah,
yeah,
it was like
it turns out a
WTF.
lot of stuff was from Florida.
Yeah, it was like WTFFlorida.com, and it's
Yeah,
fucking hilarious that these things
yeah,
are real.
yeah, yeah. It really is. It really fucking is. Um, so I figured we'd go over and we could do that, but with a little bit of a twist because of course not only Florida has these ridiculous fucking stories. Um, it happens everywhere. Florida has a good amount of them, but a lot of places also can can pretty much like give you the what the fuck feelings as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I figured I would go over the headline. I would read you the headline, and then you would decide off of the headline:
Okay.
does this happen in Florida or is it somewhere else?
Okay.
So, uh, so the game is Florida or not Florida. So you just tell me if it's in Florida or if it's not in Florida. There we go. It's a good way to go in, right? Okay, so the first one with let's see. So a 25-year-old man is accused of stealing at least $700 worth of equipment from a church wearing a Batman costume, and he found the premise according to arrest reports.
He stole $700 worth of equipment from a church wearing a Batman costume.
Yes.
That has to be Florida.
No, it's not Florida actually. This actually happened
What?
in South Carolina. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. So, Dalton Alex Lyric was arrested on July 28th with charges of second degree burglary and grand larceny. Arrests show that a citizen of Lyric, he was on surveillance, uh, yeah, and he was stealing from a church. Fucking fantastic, right? Yeah, and you would think that would be in Florida, right? Yeah, yeah.
Right?
No, not in Florida. Yeah.
I,
All right. So the next one, uh, a man wearing only underwear steals mail and attacks the homeowner.
uh, wearing only underwear, steals mail, and attacks the owner.
Yep. Wearing only underwear steals the mail and proceeds to beat the fuck out of the owner.
I want to say Florida, but I feel like I'm going to be wrong on that one. Uh, I'm going to say not Florida.
No, this one actually is Florida.
Fuck.
Yeah, so a man, this happened in Hawthorne, Florida. Um, so a Florida man faces multiple charges after authorities say he stole mail from a woman while wearing his underwear. According to police report,
Oh,
the
jeez.
woman discovered the man wearing only a pair of underwear taking mail from her mailbox. When she questioned him, the Florida man, 64-year-old David Dunway, began yelling at her and, and swung at her through her car window and hit her with the stolen mail.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, yeah. The woman attempted to drive away for a bit of a distance and then found herself basically being chased by the dude. Oh, Florida.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, fucking fantastic. Uh, it's so fun. You ready for the next one?
Yeah.
uh, this is actually a really fun one as well. Man tries to smuggle drugs into jail in prosthetic leg.
Oh, that's Florida.
Yeah, that's definitely Florida. This actually happened not too far from here. In Pinellas County, a Florida man faces additional charges after allegedly trying to smuggle drugs into jail via a prosthetic leg. According to police, 37-year-old Keith Adams tried to bring Xanax pills and and a gram of fentanyl
Oh,
into a Pinellas County jail. Yeah, yeah, and okay, but there's more. The Florida man was arrested earlier that night for possessing a cocaine for the possession of cocaine and resisting arrest.
oh, jeez.
So on top of having cocaine and resisting arrest, he was still trying to bring in pills to a jail. Yeah. Yeah. Fun
Wow.
times.
Oh,
You gotta
Florida.
love Florida, right?
Hmm.
Yeah. It's fucking great. Fucking great. Um, let's see. Da, 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 da. I guess the last one I'm gonna give you. I only got actually four. Um, and this one isn't necessarily fucked up, but it's kind of stupid at the same time.
Okay.
You probably heard about this one. So, man mistakenly cleans the wrong house.
I did hear about that one. That's Florida.
That's not actually. That's in
What?
Jersey. Yeah,
What?
yeah. That's actually in Jersey. Yeah. So this guy, he basically like he's cleaning people's houses for for his best friend or whatever, and they tell him, oh yeah, the key is underneath the the doormat, and like
Okay.
most places, you go, you find the doormat, and you see it right there. You open the door and you go and you do whatever. So this dude, he basically he gets a call. He's like, yo, like where are you at? And it turns out that he tells him like, oh yeah, I'm here hanging out with your cat and stuff like that. And the dude on the other line is like, I don't have a cat. And he's like, what do you mean? Like I cleaned out your stuff. I'm sitting in your living room and everything. He's like, yeah, we don't have a cat in my house. So he went in pretty much like, yeah, like I cleaned up somebody else's house and I did them a favor and I didn't do shit for you. It's fucking hilarious.
That's
Yeah.
wild.
So yeah, yeah. So that's Florida or not Florida. And you got how many did you get right?
One.
One. Yeah. But see, that goes to show you that stupid shit happens everywhere other than Florida, not just Florida. Yeah,
This is true.
and yeah. So I guess that pretty much wraps it up for this week. Unless you got anything else to add, Brian.
No, no. I'm just still puzzled by the fact that three out of those four were not Florida. Because it all sounds like
Yeah.
Florida to me.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, not that's not. Well, yeah, three out of the four were no. Two of them weren't in Florida, but one
Oh,
of them
right,
you
yeah.
got completely
Right, it
wrong
was two.
because
Right.
yeah, um,
Yeah.
you gave the wrong answer. You
Did.
had originally thought it was, but then you were like, no, it
Yeah.
can't because I switched it up for you in the first one. Yeah, yeah, that's how you gotta do it. That's how you gotta do it. Yeah. So that wraps it up for the week. So make sure you guys check out everything on that we have on InnerCityGeeks. The network. Of course, we have this show. Then we also have Bright 2J Presents. We're gonna put up some stuff for Brian's when he gets his stuff ready, which I'm pretty sure is gonna be pretty soon. We also got It's Poppin', um, the Inner City Geeks webcomic, Turntable, uh, First watch, good games, ICDBW Slamcast, so many other shows, so many other things on the show. Go check all that shit out. Then we also have some cool stuff on there as well. So you go check out the links to Amazon.com where you get some cool shit. Of course, like always, you shop on Amazon. But if you don't have Amazon Prime, you click on that link and get your first free month of Amazon Prime. Then you can watch The Boys and then catch up on all the good shit coming on Amazon because there's a lot of shit on there. So go do that. Then we also have a link to So Sick Clothing Company, which you get some pretty cool shirts and hats and stuff. With designs made for geeks by geeks. So go check them out. It's So Sick, SOESIC clothing.co. And at checkout, type in ICG10. No, Inner City Geeks for 15% off. Then the next one is Beard Octane, which you could use the code ICG10 for 10% off. But you get some beardy goodness. You get some beard balms, butters, all the shit that you need for your beard from there. So go check that out. Beardoctane.com. Then there's cbdMD, where you get some CBD goodness as well. Some tinctures and some oils and all the goodness that you can get from CBD stuff. Go check that shit out over there. And then you get some toys. Get some toys from Sideshow Collectibles, because they got a lot of cool shit on there. All the shit that we talk about here, I'm pretty sure you can find something on there for all that shit. It's a lot. They have a hefty amount of things from Sideshow Collectibles, from all the shit that we talk about, all the geeky stuff, whether it's comics or movies or TV shows. All that shit is there. You can listen to the show. Of course, you can find us on SoundCloud, on Stitcher Radio, on Google Podcasts, but probably the best place you can find it on is motherfucking Spotify. Go check us out on find the show on the socials. You can find us on the Facey Space on facyspace.com/InnerCityGeeks, on the Instagram at InnerCityGeeks, on Twitter at InnerCityGeeks. And where can we find you, sir?
You can find me trying to solve me sliding off of this chair. If you noticed, I kept picking myself up today.
Yeah, I saw.
Yeah, it's like, what's going on with this chair? It's getting more and
It's
more
got a mind of its
uncomfortable.
own.
It
Yeah.
does. You can find me on social media, of course. You can find me on Twitter at BRI_2J. You can follow the channel on Instagram at Bri2J Presents, all one word. And or me, just Bri2J. And of course, go to Bri2JPresents.com. Let me know what you think of the layout, because I'm really considering changing it.
Okay.
And upgrading and whatnot when I have time. It's hard with chillins.
Yeah.
Go to the YouTubes, check out Bri2J Presents for an old school action figure videos. And yeah, new content coming soon-ish. But it's in the works. I do have plans.
Of course. Very cool. Very cool. Very excited to see all the new toys. I really like that new Joker that you got, dude. Show the fucking
Oh,
dope.
the
The
Mezco
Gaslight.
112,
Yeah.
Gotham by Gaslight Joker, which has a very Jack the Ripper vibe.
Yeah.
Like, I just picture like a dark alley, and all of a sudden you just hear that like creepy whistle. That like
Mm-hmm.
I can't whistle for shit, but you know,
Ha.
a two-tone whistle, and then like what's behind me, and then
Yeah. Yeah.
it's
Just think of the whistle in Kill Bill. Just picture that, because that shit is creepy as fuck.
that too.
Yeah. Um. Yeah, it is. And then you guys, you can find me on the Instagram and the Twitters at Mr. Jackal, MISTRJACKAL. And that fucking wraps it up. Thank you guys for listening. I appreciate you guys so fucking much. Brian, say your goodbye, sir.
Goodbye, sir,
Yes.
and go watch Suicide Squad.
Yeah, go watch fucking Suicide Squad. It's fucking worth it, dude. Go check that shit out. Um, so stay safe. Don't be a dick. But always remember that the geeks shall inherit the earth.